continue, and then you're sharing.
Oh, I must be. I'm up there.
Minimize, minimize. Okay.
I'm going to be demonstrating how to we run the reports and collect the data for circulation statistics each month. And then I will conclude this with showing how these are saved to the annual report and shared with the dean for that purpose. We're going to be using I just drag it over. Oh, I don't see it.
Let me see something.
Oh, stop share. No.
You just click this.
Says you-
It's showing. It's recording.
Oh, it is. Okay. So what we've done is we're in workflows, the Symphony workflows program that we use here at the library. That's our ILS. And okay, I'm going to move that
I
little.
think you could even drag it over here.
Yeah, because I'm probably not going to use it. We're going to run the 4 reports that are used to gather statistics. I'm going to select over here in the left panel, schedule new reports. And this takes the selection of reports that I have access to. They're alphabetical, and the group that we're going to be doing, the 4 are alphabetically start with M, so they happen to be the end of my list. And it's really simple. It takes just a couple of minutes to run these reports, and I'm going to do that and just add a few comments as we do it. I'm going to click on that. Then we have to do a transaction selection up here on the selection bars. There's a lot of things you can do with reports, but for this, all we use is the transaction selection. And that is going to be to select a date range. So I'm going to click on the little widget thing there. And then up here's the calendar. And then I need to select the first day of the month. And we're doing this for the month of May. So I want May 1st. And then that's okay down here at the bottom. Then back up here to choose our last day of the month of May. So we get the data for the entire month. And again, okay, should show May 1st through May 31st. Okay, that looks good. And so we are, I've got to move the screen up.
I think it's the slightly darker gray one. That's the one that you can.
I didn't know I could move that.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. And so now I can just say, okay. And then I can tell it to run the report down here at the bottom. We don't need to make any other changes. So I'm going to run it now. And if I looked over into the finished reports, we'll see that it is monthly checkouts by location. And over here in the corner, it will have the day and time that it ran, which we'll see what just happened. If you run a report and it doesn't show up immediately, you can click on this little magic black hat and it will refresh the report list and pull up whatever the last report was. Sometimes they'll not appear immediately, and so you can make that happen. We're going to run all 4 of the reports because it'll be easier to process them as a group through each one of these steps. So I'm going to go back up to the schedule a new report. I'm going to run down to that group, and I did the first one, and I'm going to now do the second one on that list. And the same thing, selection is going to take us to set up the calendar. And we're going to again go back to May 1st and okay down there at the bottom. And then we're going to do May 31st and okay. And we have it May 1st, May 31st. And then, this little box doesn't want to stay up there. And okay. And then it's ready to run. We don't need to make any other changes. And if we display the finished reports, we'll now see that hasn't run yet. If I click on the little black hat, there it is. We see both of those reports that I just ran. Now we're going to do the third report on there. So schedule a new report and run down to the bottom of that list. And we're going to do the third item. And that's there, do our transaction selection so that we can set the date for that report. And we want May 1st. Okay, and May 31st. And okay, down there at the bottom, our dates look correct, so now we can tell them to run now. Very interesting, that this window keeps sliding down. Okay. And we can then run now. And if we go back over there to display the finished report, if you're running a report that has a lot of data in it, it might take it longer to actually run it. But this is, these are all very short reports. There it is. So we've got 3 of them. We're going to go run the last one now. So schedule a new report again at the bottom of the list. And we're going to run the renewal report. The selection of the date on that calendar. May 1st again. And May 31st. Okay, that's what we're after. And okay. Run now. We can sit here and wait for a minute and pop up, but it's really fast to do that. So we have all 4 of those. Now I want to run a print copy of each of them. So I'm going to open each one, and it's going to give us metadata from our library. Now, so this is, so they don't see this. They're not seeing this.
They do.
Oh, they do, because we changed how it views it. So here's what the finished report looks like. I don't know why I can't.
Just right up close to that line to where it says WordPad.
There we go. Get up here, and we get all the dialogue having to do with the report and what's included in it. These are codes for all the different users that we have. This is for renewals. I want to clean away all of the extra data, and instead of retyping this stuff, I'm going to keep that as the title, and I want the date on here, and I want the date to be May 1st. So I'm just going to delete all this other stuff. There's May 1st. If I backspace it here, I can tab it across, and this can clean up pretty fast. And then all of this, more stuff about what the report's doing, and we don't need that. We're just after the data. So this is repeating what we're doing, and it's for all locations, all workstation libraries. And this is showing that the renewals that we did in the month of May, there were 4 renewals in the general stacks. If there had been renewals for juvenile or audiovisual or all the other collections we have, they would each be shown separately for their particular collection location in the library. And then I'll just print this report. And I'm going to do that because I have it here on the screen. Also, this report, I highlight this report, and I'm going to cut and paste over to workflow, no, to Word file. This and save it. And close it down. Okay. I'm going to save this over to Word because the formatting is better than Word than all the others that I've used. It prints out better, and the margins and everything are much easier to work with. And so that's just part of it. There are 4 columns in the finished report, and this is the number 4 will be for the renewals on the report. I'm going to save that over here though. So I'm going to go back and run the second one. Some of the reports is you just have a statistic and 1 number, and that's all you need off the report. Others are more complicated, how we identify the number that we need. So we're going to go right back up here to May. Not bad for somebody who's still partially blind. Again, all locations, all workstations, everything. Our locations here, see, notice how the number here wraps around. When we copy this over to Word, it puts everything in the right columns and it's a lot neater. So I'm just going to grab all of this data and copy it and open the document in Word.
I opened this one up for you.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see that this automatically, since I saved it into Word, all the columns line up the way they're supposed to, and the numbers work. And when we're looking at in-house use, again, our big concern is just this total number of in-house use. We don't break it down any farther than that. I don't think. The other thing we are, however, looking here is this is including our special collections right here. Right there. We will be sending a copy of this particular report to special collections because they want to see their circulation statistics, which include an item that's in process. You can see that one right there. And 3 oral histories and 8 items. You'll notice it starts with SC, that indicates special collections and their Library of Congress collections. And that should be a total of 12 items that they have in their collection. Okay, and I'm going to file that and save it. When I save these, they are going into a folder. I keep it on my desktop because I use it so much, but I have a folder of circulation. No, that's not it. I have to look up here, workflows.
Is it the annual circulation reports?
No, it's the monthly. Desktop, monthly. I need to go to the one that says monthly. There it is, monthly workflow statistics. And here we have every one of the reports that have been run for each one of the reports. So this one that we're running was in-house use. I just go here and pick up one of the others. So all I have to do is change the date and just say that this is for May. And for me, that's the fastest way to do that. And it's reserved there. Yeah. I don't need to use that. So then we'll go to, and I should have done that with that monthly renewals location, saved it. Checkouts by user, okay. And again, we're going to save the title. I don't have to retype it if I just clean that up. Run down here and pick up the date. And make the tab a little space, makes it easier to read. And delete all the details of the report. And again, here we are. And the only total we need here, no. This is our patrons. Yeah, this is by user. We'll be using all those numbers on the report. So we can copy that and paste that into Word and file it and print it. And then file it and save it as. And then, of course, I can just open that folder and then find one that's checkouts by user. Change March to May. And not Mary, May. And enter. How many have I done? 3? I lose track of this sometimes. Where I am running these reports. That's that simple one. And then there's 3. Yeah, there's just one left. It should be pretty straightforward because 1, 2, 3, and I'm on the 3rd one, so this is the last one that we ran. By now, you're probably saying, okay, she's going to keep the title. She's going to move May up to the top. Put it on the top line, tab, get rid of May 1, because it's basically for the whole month. There we go. And then this is our checkout, of everything. And we're going to break this down because the report asks for audio visual things. It wants to know Realia, which happens to be our laptops. It wants reserves as a second number. And it also wants to know what is the total number of books that were checked out. So by the time we remove all these other numbers, what's left will be the books, which I find it's the easiest way to do this. But we will file it and save it. No, file it and print it. Okay. And then file it and save as. No. My mistake. I do this right and I do it over to Word, so I keep it in the format. This oh, now let's try that again. I forgot the title. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now we'll print it. And we'll file and save as, and it will get filed into that folder, which is defaulted up there. I love that. Monthly checkouts. And after user profile. No, by location. May. Okay. No, save it. Okay. So that's all the reports. They've been run, they've been printed, they've been saved into the file where they stay for pretty much ever and ever. They're kept in a digital file so that those library records can be accessed by archives or anybody else who wants to see the details of the reports. I'm going to get rid of all these extra things and close this down. We're now going to do, is my Zoom still there? Oh yeah, I'm over here. I'm now going to show what we do with the reports. And some of this I'm going to do manually and just show you. I showed you on some of the easier ones, and my paper, my ink's kind of low. Waiting for a new ink cartridge to show.
Stop share here so that it will be bigger.
Okay.
Show.
So this is the renewals by location. Oh, it's very faint. Oh, I
Let's
needed
see, how
to
did
fix
we
my
change-
background. Just a minute. Let's see, I have to go. The security.
It's
No.
probably over here and more.
It's not. I check, because it's. Video.
There you go.
Prior, or the background. Okay. So it's not the darkest print, but all I had to do is take the one number off of this. This really is not the best to look at, and it's backwards. Is that backwards? Anyway, so all I needed, oh, did you do that?
No.
No, it adjusted. Well, thank you, camera, for making that a little better. And that's all there is to doing the renewal number. And then I have whatever that was, the print. Okay. So on the user list, we're going to need each one of those separately because we have several different categories of people who can check things out. The top one there is for faculty and staff. So anybody who's an employee would be that top number. Do we move it this way? Maybe I move it back. We lost it. Okay, here it comes again. Here, I don't know. The second number is for interlibrary loan. Oh, there you go. Interlibrary loan is referred to anybody borrowing books that are not faculty, staff, or students. So that would be interlibrary loan, community borrowers, high school students, any group of people who are not associated on campus. And then the bottom one, or the third number there, is students. And it will always be larger than every one of the other groups. They check out more than anything. And then the total number at the bottom. It just fades in and out. Okay, the advantage of being here in person is you wouldn't put up with that. And then I don't know why I have two copies of this. Okay, we're good. Oh, it printed the second page. That's what happened. Okay, the very thing I tried not to have happen. I hate it when I use them for scrap paper. And then the last thing, and I'm going to do a little display here. Do I have the other? And then Realia, that's the laptops. And then the reserves, they have their own number. And then the total at the bottom is 33. Okay. So I have the different groups of things, and this group changes. This is indicating what got checked out this past month. So on this particular one, we have one item that got checked out of juvenile fiction books. There were two of them, and 3 items from one of our displays, and 1 item from folio. Some months we might not get anything from folio. In fact, very seldom somebody checks out folio because they're those big coffee table books. Fiction might have a lot of things checked out in a month. And so it breaks them down, but there's different categories that the directors, deans have requested on this report every year. So that's how they break down, is how whoever the dean is decides they want those numbers. They stay pretty stable, but occasionally, like we only started doing laptops in the last 5 years. And so that number has been added to the report. They want it broken out as its own number. And so the chart has been adjusted for that request. And I'm going to show you the report and how we fill in the data on there. But this is where we get the numbers. Okay, am I doing okay? Okay, so I need checkouts by location. Oh, that's the old one. Checkups by location. If I put them in order, I'll have them all ready.
So
And then it's
link.
users last. And then this one is here. I was sure I ran them all. I don't have them all. I have 3.
You did.
I had the June one that doesn't fit. May, that was a duplicate. I apologize. There's one of the reports that didn't get printed. So I'm gonna go up
Which
there.
one was that?
It's going to be renewals, user, the in-house. The
Okay,
in-house isn't here.
so you saved that one.
I
right?
did. I saved them all, so I can just jump up here and print it out. Maybe. No. I didn't save
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, 2024 May monthly in-house.
Oh, there it is.
right?
Okay, yeah, May in-house. So here's the monthly in-house. Oh, and this is the one that I indicated we have to send up to special collections because they'll want their numbers, but I'm going to print that out now. File and print. Okay. There we go. So once the reports are all run, then we have where all the statistics are placed. When we do this, we're going to,
We need to share the screen again. So it's on, let's see, what's the little black Zoom box? This. Here. So now, what were you looking at?
this.
Oh yeah, I just popped up this little black bar over here, but it's recording over here.
Okay, so this is the chart where we put all the statistics, and some of them are pretty straightforward, like the total number of items that are checked out for the month was 345 items. So from the chart, I'm just going to put 345 in that column. And then you'll notice the next section that's all white, there's 4 columns, is how that 345 break out into their areas. And I did that little calculation so that we have, I haven't done it. I'm going to take away the laptops and sometimes old school is like ideal, just a little simple calculator, and it's actually solar, so I never have to put batteries in it. I've had it for 25 years. I love it. And we're just going to do a simple mathematics here, and it will conclude with our numbers for the books, because they're everything that's left over when you take AV, laptops, and reserve out of the number. So we've got 345 minus the laptops that were 133. And the reserves, which are 65. Not much reserve action. And then there were 33 AV items. But left us with 114 books that were checked out in June. It's worth noting that June is one of our slowest months of the year because, of course, summer school, and the majority of our students do online classes, so we don't have a lot of activity here in the building. They access the databases and things like that remotely, so we're helping them in other ways. So we're going to just fill in these numbers. So according to my little calculation, this shows how I group the things, and then some of them were a single number. AV, I group everything that's AV, and that's a single number for that column. So the AV, there were 33 things in there. And, oh wait, 33 here. This laptop realia are 133. We had high school students on campus doing summer things, and they checked out the laptops. And then our reserves were 65 items. Normally, that's one of our bigger numbers.
The books one says 33 on there.
Yeah, I've got to change that. And the book number at the end was 114. If my math is correct, this number and this number will match. And then we had in our renewals, we had 4 items that were renewed. They were all books. We had, this is our in-house count. This is marking the items used in the building. And that would include in-house count. Renewals, user, location. Oh, in-house, here it is. An in-house is is only broken into 2 things, periodicals and everything else. So periodicals are, there's none on here. So everything that was in-house count was not a periodical. It's everything else. So we had 91 items and no periodicals. We don't have a lot of hard copy periodicals, so the vast majority are in the databases. And now we're going to do the user profile. And again, we had those 3 categories. The students were 198 checkouts. The faculty and staff, all the employees, were 81 items. And then everybody else not on campus was 66. And if we got those numbers correctly, this number will match that number. The number of items and the number of people will match up. So success. We can then just file and save that, and that's a permanent part of our record.
It's complete.
Once a month, when I run this report, I typically share it with everybody in the library. They're always wanting to see how our bottom line is with use of materials and who's using them and what areas they're kind of coming from. And so, yeah, thank you for watching.
Stop share and then end meeting for all.